So I actually was inspired by Comrade Jason's report on some struggles that maybe we haven't been paying attention to for good reason, because the focus is, as it should be, on Palestine. But I wanted to mention one other one that there's no reporting in corporate media or anything, and that's the country of Niger. Niger is in West Africa in the Sahel, and Niger was occupied since colonial times by the French military. Then towards the end of the Obama administration, an agreement was made with the neo-colonial government in Niger for the building of 2 U.S. bases. I'll be brief, but I just want you to get this. One base, a small base at the main international airport in the capital, Niamey, staffed by about 100 U.S. military personnel. And then another base about 700 miles away in a very rural area, base 201. The base in Niamey is base 101. The base 700 miles away is base 201, staffed by over 1,000 U.S. military personnel and contractors. And an agreement was signed, a 10-year agreement. The neo-colonial government was overthrown last July in a military coup, kind of mirroring what happened in neighboring countries like Mali and Burkina Faso. And the first step was to get rid of the French occupation. And the way they did it was the masses surrounded the main French base in the capital, and the French couldn't move supplies in or out. They said, "We're not leaving," but after a few months of no water coming in and everything cut off, they backed down and they left. But the people in Niger were still burdened by the U.S. military occupation. In base 101 in the capital, Niamey, and then base 201, 600 miles away. And soon after the French left, the people in Niger, they weren't prepared to, it's not easy to push the U.S. out. But they signed the military agreement with the Russian Federation. And the Russian Federation sent some advisors in, and the first thing they sent in was some ground-to-air missiles for this international airport. Now, who's going to try to come in that would be a target? We know. And the next thing that happened was the Russians were permitted to be stationed at this international airport where they are now, right next to where U.S. military forces are stationed. And once again, the masses have surrounded the 2 bases. U.S. military protocols are, after 6 months, you get out of Niger and you're replaced, but they're not allowing any replacements. There are no supplies going into these bases, and AFRICOM has been forced to negotiate a withdrawal from Niger. Of course, they want to take all their infrastructure with us. The remote base was built at a cost of like $200 million. It's got a lot of infrastructure, and the U.S. does not want to leave it behind. So there are negotiations going on now, and we should just kind of try to be aware of it, be in solidarity with the people in Niger who want to get rid of this U.S. military occupation, and I'm sure they will be successful.
Thanks.